Hello and welcome to WilderMyth. It's a early access game you can buy on Steam and I would highly recommend it. You control a group of adventurers as they go to defeat an overarching evil that grows as time goes on. You can recruit new members, they can grow and change, they form relationships, they get injured. Like you can see over here, I have a character who's missing a leg and got wings. Like things happen to them and they change in age till eventually they retire or die. So we're going to do a new story. We're going to do 3 chapters. They do have pre-built chapters that have a story focus, but these just pick a random enemy and make them the overarching villain. We're going to keep the difficulty on J.K. Rowling, just, for this, because this is more to see the characters grow. The higher difficulties are hard, and you can still die on this one. We're not going to customize anything. We're not going to pick any mods. We're not going to pick the enemy. We're going to let the game decide that. Now we should get our 3 heroes here. I'm just going to click randomize on them a couple of times to get some different stuff up in here. Let's see what we get out of this. Sure. Okay, we got a compassionate greed wagon. Like, people have aspects to them that decide how they interact in events. Like, they're distant, they're gritty, they're thorny. Which is not a joke on being horny, it means they get angry real easy. And they have their own history. Anna, I believe you'd say that. Anna had never had a kind word to say about her original hometown and never mentioned its name. In fact, the closest she got to complimenting it was when she told folks it was far away from the curt tales she told of life on the road. Odd jobs and strangers treated her poorly. Left few good memories to dwell on, villagers unspoiled found protection under her vigilance. Now, the story does come off a little fractured because the script is putting together different pieces to, try and form different stories. But, this game is good, and with more polish, it will be amazing. So, yeah. Then we got, okay, I'm not even going to attempt to say your name, buddy, because that's not a real word. So we're just going to randomize you till I get a guy, at least. What are these names? Give me people names! Okay, no lore I can say. He's a hot-headed romantic. So, you can go through his aspects. We see he's broken-hearted. I've lost before and I know I will again. It's kind of sad. He has a destiny about him, and he's also thorny. Everybody on this adventure is angry. Folks in later years would claim that if Leaping Stand had not spawned Nolor, it would have passed mentionless as a leaf down the river of time. Some of the best days were the quiet ones he spent with a young, sick herb grower living out her final days. Till the girl died. Guessing that's where the heartbreak came from. There were these things, simple meals, the warmth of a cabin, fire, compassion, and purpose. Villages unspoiled found protection. Here's vigilance, just like the last person. What was her name? Elena, or whatever? Anna. And then Yona, or Yana? I'm gonna say Yana, it sounds better. Let's take a quick look at their aspects. Shame. I don't want to talk about it. They're weird. They're a greedy loner. Or gritty. Oh, that sounds like a terrible person. Yana's father was a quelling coin counter who lived in fear and died early, frustrated and alone. A young orphan, Yana vowed to do things differently. She never tried to hide the blackened patch of skin on her neck. Asked about it, she only smiled and claimed that one taste had been worth it. Folks were forced to leave it at that. A soft bed makes for a soft woman. Someone important must have told her. Yana wanted little more than a crook among roots, a pillar of memories, a ceiling haunted by planets. So, coming off is confusing, but these are our heroes. There are 3 classes in this game. Warriors, which you can build to be tanky or high DPS output. Hunters, who you can set up for range damage or to be more like a rogue. And then you've got mystics, who are extremely special. Instead of casting spells, they impart like a part of their soul into items on the battlefield, and then depending on what the item is, they get different interactions with it. So, I'm going to go ahead and start the story. The story will be delivered like comic panels, and I'm not going to do all the sound effects or different voices because I'm not a voice actor. So I'm just going to be reading it. We have no lore here. This is not good. I've got to get to Yana. Getting Yana was not so simple a task these days. She had been noticing a wrongness in the world for weeks. Cattle's belling, eerie songs, thumps, and smokes from supposedly empty caves, and she hadn't been taking it well. Always somewhat removed, Yana had progressed to downright isolated. Still. Yana, please, this is important. The omens, you were right. Something in the woods is very strange. I saw something out there today. An altar, but evil, with horns and skulls and a blue fire that seemed to have a heartbeat of its own. Something about it set my heart cold. Horns, I know you've been paying more attention than the rest of us. And now we need... No, Lord, Yana, they're attacking... How do you even say that word? Roatan? I'm gonna say Roatan. What? Some sort of horn cultist. So enough chit-chat, let's go. I knew it and I didn't... Okay, so now we get to pick their interactions, like their relationships. You don't always get this on the randomly generated stories, but even if they're a rival, they still get buffs. Because if they're rivals, they're trying to outdo each other, so if one does something, one will try to do even better. Friends obviously try to cover for each other, and then romantic interest will do more damage to someone who damaged whoever they're in love with. I think I'm gonna put them on rivalry, just to have, you know, a little bit of heat in the party. Or don't. I'm sure I can handle it. So the good news is we got 3 people now. The bad news is the village is on fire. Anna and Yana are now rivals. So there are different types of enemies in this game, and each one fights differently. These are the deepest. They're like undead cultists, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really encountered them too much. So they have their ranged unit here and their fighter unit here. We don't want to go too deep in. Now, cover is a thing. Going behind items increases your chance of not being hit. So we're going to put our hunter here, and we're just going to lock him down. We're going to put our fighter next to him because there's this thing walling. You can see that little blue shield that pops up. It also increases their chance to defend because they're guarding for each other. But they have to be in an adjacent square. Diagonal squares will not cut it. I don't really want Yana to go too far in and get hurt because she's a mystic and she doesn't have access to her magic yet. So she's basically just, you know, a wet cloth at this point. Alright, here they come. Alright, they're going different directions. They've already hit my hunter. That's not good. It'll take a while for the swordsman to get down here. Yana can easily enough go over to the slinger and strike him. Good, good. 4 damage. And we can have my hunter here move into cover and hopefully finish him off. Okay, good. So we got that. Now, we're going to put Anna here, and we're going to put her... Well, we can't do it yet. She's still technically not a fighter. Fighters don't get the done wait action. They instead get something akin to attacks of opportunity, where they attack anyone who comes into a square. Alright, we know where he's coming, so we're going to put Yana up here, along with Anna. I said that in reverse, but you know what I mean. We're just going to wait it out. Let him come out of the building. Okay, he decided to come back this way. You got some movement on you there, buddy. Okay, solid damage. See if Anna can get her first kill. Nice. Fight went better than most. Hunter did take damage, but that's okay. Okay, so Anna Tumblewhack is now a Greenhorn Warrior. Whenever they level up, you get to pick between one of 3 abilities that are randomized. This is basically just a free movement, which is nice. Untouchable is really good, especially when you get better equipment, because then you can throw yourself into a dangerous position, get a kill, and then know you can dodge one more. Stalwart is okay, but it's something I don't find myself using, so I think I'm going to use the Untouchable. No Lore is now a Hunter. You can see some of the rogue abilities here. Well, this is more like an Overwatch for him. Flash Cone can be good because it can hide allies or blind enemies, so you can either increase your chance of not taking damage or set up somebody for a sneak attack. But I think I'm going to take the Ambush to give myself some range defense. There'll be a lot of times you'll find your archers are just out of range, and setting up that will defend it. This is a really good ability. If they get near a Mystic, they instantly take 2 damage, just 2 damage free. I don't think I've ever seen Spirit Blade. When allies stand next to an interfused object, they gain +1 damage. Interfused blazes can now be used to grant nearby allies fiery attacks. It's pretty good. And then this one allows her to control an enemy and force them away. I think I'm going to take Indignance, just so she can have a defense. Now we have a shield. So we're going to give it to Anna, because she is the warrior. Everything changed after that day. The heroes of Rowiton went on to win great renown. They tell our tales to put courage in quelling hearts. The measure of a singer these days is how many rhymes she can fit into our name. Forever Now will be called. Now you can name the group yourself, but I like to let them pick one of the randomly generated ones. Just because whenever you complete a campaign, you can promote characters to carry over to other campaigns. You can draw them back into the stories. So you can keep a track of all the people they've served with. The Mares of the Sun's Returning is a mouthful. The Kids of the Striving Rain. The Hawks of Legend sounds, sounds good. Let's go with that one. Here follow the tales of the Hawks of Legend. Be remembered. So, there's a deck of cards that the enemy can draw from. Whenever this thing here fills up, they send out an army to basically try and conquer the land, and they build their army drawn from these cards. There are ways to remove cards from the deck, and they get one after every combat. It's really not that big of a deal unless you see them draw an extremely powerful card, you want to get rid of it. And every time you advance to a new chapter and years go by, they lose some of their cards for your efforts in trying to defeat them. So, right now they're just getting an extra health swordsman. So our goals for this one is to clear out all monster-controlled sides, locate the deepest stronghold at the mine of Narsha, and clean it out. Okay. So, this is the world map. You cannot go on lake, ocean tiles, and you cannot go on mountain tiles. You have to scout an area before you can do anything with it. Sometimes you'll come to mountain passes, like what this is, or rivers, like what this is down here, and you have to take time to construct a bridge or a mountain pass so that you can get through. Everything is based off time. Your characters will heal over time, like No Lore will heal as we go about. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and scout this area over here. It's right next to the village. Rowiton now has a new recruit available. We'll get to that in a minute. We're going to go ahead and scout this. Yep, let's go back to scout. I could have just hit play. I always do it that way. So we've gotten the Illumina Gardens revealed. So here's a combat square. The thing is my hunter is still damaged. I can go in and, have him at missing 1 health. Or we can go back and go ahead and do the recruitment event and get him fully healed, which is what I'm going to do. Now, recruiting someone costs legacy points, this little thing up here. You get those for different things, like, clearing out tiles and stuff like that. There's different ways to spend them. But, you want as many heroes as you can get. So we're going to send everybody back to town. And now Nolar is fully healed. A greedy snark. That sounds like a horrible person. Let's just do a little bit of randomization here. Stop. A cowardly snark. A coward. Ugh, okay. I can't say that name, though. I mean, I could just pick a name. Why not just look for a name I can pick? Okay, well, I could have said Horn, but I was tapping too fast. Chasely? Raise. I can say Raise. He's a decisive intellectual, so he's a wise guy, eh? His aspects are he's proud, but he's got shame. I don't know how you can be proud and have shame at the same time, but you're pulling it off. And he's also thorny. Then his history: raised in a wealthy military or militia family, Reyes studied tactical texts and sought ways to apply them, even at an early age. One bad year, he was snowed inside a mountain village. Bandits raided through the winter, and in the ensuing cold and widespread starvation, most of the town people perished. Probably where his shame comes from. Reyes was one of the few to claw gauntly on. He trampled and trolled through an uninspiring world, craving the warmth and excitement that others enjoyed. So yeah, Reyes, welcome to the team. So it's going to do a little event to show how they met him. It didn't take long for the trek back to Rowington, and the town still seemed like the best bet for finding another able pair of hands. Wait! It's you, from the Heroes? Right, anyway, I was hoping you'd come back. I get that a lot. Everything alright? Oh, everything's fine, and that's just it. It's been quiet in Rowington so far, but I heard those things you said, the talk of trading off the roads and into our own legends. And it stuck with me, more than I would have thought. Is that how we put it? Possibly, forming a company of heroes can get one a little fired up. You were right, though. It seemed far-fetched at first, but then again, so did the Tale of the Deepest, and now look where we are. Well, we could use another fighter on our side if you're up for it. Oh, fantastic! I'm glad you're offered. I think I could be useful, but I wasn't sure about the protocol for joining a company of heroes. Far be it from us to turn you down, then. We are going to train him as a warrior. Having 2 warriors is a good thing. Like, a really good thing, because they are your front line and everyone else needs to be a little bit further back. So, yep, Anna is going to be training Reyes. We're going to put her on training. We're going to advance 20 days forward. Spending the time wisely to get a new person. Okay, now we're going to pick his abilities. We can give him Sentinel, which will replace his Guardian. I do not like this. I've never used this ability, and at some point maybe I'll use it to test it out, but I've never seen it being useful. Vigilance. Raise heightened senses, allow him to perform infinite reaction strikes. This is really good with a 2-handed spear because they get one extra, they get reach basically. They can hit 1 square away extra. So he can hit from further away and just keep hitting. But Paladin is also good because if he ends his turn by moving, he automatically enters Guardian. So you can use all your points for movement and then go into a defensive stance. I think I'm going to go for Paladin. And now we're going to go assault this LOA Chimes. Now an event's going to happen before the attack, because that's when events happen. I think this is the lucky coin one, because I've seen this so many times. Where's my lucky coin? Seriously? It's not like you have that much to keep track of. It couldn't have been the spoon or the socks, could it? Had to be the coin. That coin is responsible for more victories than you would think. I forgot it on a hunt one time and I couldn't hit a thing. Unless you want some bad luck of your own, help me look. Okay, let me just work up the initiative. Oh, is that it? What the? That coin is irreplaceable and some critter is chewing on it. Alright, so sometimes when you do events, you get a percentile of success. If you succeed, something good will happen. If you fail, something bad will happen. Pretty easy to understand. 63% chance is pretty good. I've only ever failed this once, and that was like at a 40% chance, so we're going to try for it. Thought better of it, huh? Ah, so she succeeded because they did not smack her in the back of the head, which is what happens when you fail. Well, at least the luck returned quickly. See, those are called deepest. Deepest. And now we know where they're congregating. You know what? Never mind. Anna, shh! Over here. I've got the coin and we've got a leg up on the deepest now. Now, because we succeeded, we're going to get a little buff for this fight, which is +1 damage and potency for 3 turns. They've got 2 ranged and 1 up close. And little dungeon areas like this, basically what's happening is they're not in this room, so we need to go to the next room, because there's a fog of war. You can't see them until they're revealed. Throw raise up here. I'm gonna put up Anna here. And then we're gonna move Yana. Alright, oh come on. There. Then we're gonna switch over to Anna. Oh, they're right at the fucking door. Okay. Just the way I like it. Okay, and we revealed another one. Smack it. And he dodged. That's unfortunate. So this is what I was talking about. Mystics can interfuse with objects close to them and then use it for different powers. This gives Discus. A stone disc launches at an enemy or scenery and then ricochets to another nearby enemy, dealing half damage to the second target. So basically, we want that rage boy gone. Oh, he's dead. That is good. Did not ask for a better outcome, except for maybe hitting the other Woken. We're gonna take a range shot on the Woken swordsman here. It hit him. Nice. Now we're gonna move up Raze here. Come on, Raze. Nice. Okay, so all they've got left is their last ranged person of their own, who's gonna take one step and then realize he's fucked. Good. So we're gonna just put Anna up here. We're gonna put her into Guardian so she can stay behind cover. We're going to move Yana up here next to her so they can wall each other. And then we're gonna move good old Nolor up here too. They're in a very defensive position. But for Raze, we're gonna stick him up against the wall here because he's gonna go into Guardian. So if that thing tries to move in, it can totally avoid where I set up. It's okay, he missed anyway. Smack the crap out of him, Raze. Alright, Yana, however you want to say it. I want you to get a kill so you can feel what it's like to be a hero. So, pretty sure Wild Grasp does do damage. I should have read it before I did it. I thought it was just a rock. It does do damage, so we're good. There we go. Victory. Now we should get items for our victory. We got the Snake Stone bracelets, which gives +5 dodge. We're going to put that on Raze, because we want him to have some defensive ability so we can just throw him in, and he can set up. So you've got your coin back. Yep, the little rascal must have had a change of heart and dropped it. It's kind of cute. You just like it because I don't. Come here, critter. You want to be friends? You get to pick who it goes to, and it does give a buff to accuracy, which is kind of useless for Yana here. So, Anna, you have a new pet. As long as you can take care of yourself. But if my coin goes missing again, I'm using you as monster bait. So they get another card to their deck. And now if we go over to Anna's little card, we see she's got a little critter buddy with her. And it's giving her +15 melee accuracy. Cute little ankle biter, isn't it? And over time, their adventures will be recorded here if something significant happens. Now we get to search the area that we just cleaned and claim it as our own place. This will give us resources at the end of the chapter, which we can use to make new gear. And if we search it slowly, taking more time, we'll find an item, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, you may notice this card up here filling up. When that fills up, they get a free card added to their Calamity deck. Alright, so yeah, we've searched the area here. This scene's going to pop up a ton, just with different people. We found 2 fabrics. And we got this necklace that gives +5 melee accuracy and +5 ranged accuracy. I'm going to put this on Nolor so he'll hit his shots more frequently. Oh, it's not a necklace, it's a little chain. Now we're going to go back to Roatan, and we're going to pass through to the Axianspin's Forest, because that's a word. Let's go adventure, people. Now, you'll notice these vines popping up. That's an infestation. That's, you know, the evil we are fighting is spreading. If you go into an infested area with 3 or less people, there's a chance you're going to get ambushed. You can patrol it with 3 or more and reduce the infestation. If you initiate combat while an infested tile trying to clear the area, the enemies get some buffs to them. But if you manage to succeed, even with their buffs, you clear out the area, infestation and all. So we're doing some patrolling. They're about to get a free monster card out of the Calamity deck, but not before we can clear this area. So we're going to try and clear Sage's Ring. See what event we get here. Splinter. Now, all these events, conversations, battle, you can edit it. This game comes with its own editor. I tried to mess around with it. It's a little too complex for me. I need to check out their wiki. But you can build your stuff, and I think they have a way to upload it so that, you know, other people can use it, but don't quote me on that. Oof, I got a splinter. A what? Did you just say you got a splinter? I said I got a splinter. You got a splinter? Splinters hurt. I'm not trying to say they don't, but I definitely got a mean splinter off that old tree we passed. I can help you. I've got a bunch of splinters out in my day. Wow, that's some splinter. The more I look at it, the more deeper it seems to squirm. Can't this wait? More Thoggy could spring up around us at any moment. Those are the undead things. Now, a 26% chance is pretty low. So, I mean, it's just a splinter, right? Stupid old thing hurts, though. Her hair is turning green. Psst, no lore. What's with her hair? Shh, I don't know. Well, lead on. I'm sure it'll fall out on its own. Only it didn't. Sometime later, Yana would look and find the splinter gone, but a piercing pain would occasionally stitch her chest as if an ancient Elmish soul weaves its roots through her heart. Well, I guess she's part tree now. Oh yeah, these are the Morthagi. They're like machines made of bone and metal. They're horrifyingly H.P. Lovecraft. Let's take a look at her real quick. See what she got. Elm Soul. There's an ancient Elmish soul inside Yana's heart. Photosynthesis. She recovers faster. And she looks pretty punk rock, and you can't go wrong with that. So we're going to put her up here by these rocks, get her a deeper view, so that she can have more things to infuse with. I like to infuse with the big tree, because then I could take their cover away. Rubble gives shackle. That's kind of useless. I mean, it's good for holding something big back, so it doesn't walk right up on you and start cutting through your people. I think we'll take the Splinter Blast, and we'll wait. We're going to move Nolor up by himself. He's a big boy, he can handle it. They're outside of his range, though, so we're going to set up an ambush here. Because it looks like this boy has to go through here unless he wants to spend his time going around. We are going to move Raze up here, because he'll automatically enter Guardian, and that should be all of them unveiled. See, look, she got a little critter friend with her. Anna is going to go next to Raze and set up a walling defense position. And now we wait. Bam! Yeah, knock him back. Ah, there's the ambush. Nice. And dodge skillfully. This thing can spit poison. It can be very dangerous. Poison is extremely powerful in this game. So we got Splinter Blast, and we can hit both of them because you see it is a cross segment. So even if you move it out to the very tip, the other ends of it will still hit it. So by moving it over here, we have a chance to hit both of them, potentially killing one. There we go. Now let's see if Nolor can pick up the kill on this one. He can. So now I have 2 fighters to go deal with the poisonous one. So we're just going to move him right up here. Smack it to me, baby. There you go. Good job, Raze. You're a fine addition to our company. We get a shield. I could give the shield to Raze, but then he will never get a 2-handed slot, and I kind of want to give him a spear first chance I get, so we're going to salvage it for an ingot. And they get another card to their deck. Now we're going to slowly search the area to get an item. They will get another monster card added to their calamity. But we're going to secure the area is what it's technically called. You can also set up defenses onto tiles so that if there's ever an incursion there, you'll have a better chance of holding your ground. Now see, this is what I mean. You can cancel any of these by spending legacy points, but we're not really going to cancel any of them because, you know, they'll go away on their own. So we're going to do that. We'll go back to securing the area. Nice, the site is safe and we've gained knowledge. Ah, we got a Scarf of Chivalry, it adds armor. Well, like I said about Raze, if he's going to be running out to the front, he needs to be defensive. Knee Pads of Chivalry, adding even more armor. Raze, my dude. Armor up, buddy. Now we're going to go into the Dense Spruce Timberland. And we're going to scout it out. We're going to have to build a bridge here, which will take an immense amount of time. Let's go ahead and go on patrol. We want to clear everything out here. Nice. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and assault this area. See what event we get. A bunch of rustling and hooting, that's what we get when we fight. Maybe we're both a little too anxious, huh? Mostly excited, actually. You know, forbidden places are good for hiding treasure. You good, though? So we can either say, of course I'm tense, moments before I battle I'll get all squeezed up inside, or I just can't wait to get my hands on these hell-hearted murderers, come on. Yeah, let's do that. No Lord's hot-headed. I'm just happy I haven't made you mad yet. So am I, Anna. I'm starting to get used to you. Oh, that's sweet. They both get +1 bonus damage and potency. Nice little conversation before, or with friends before battle. Ah, spirits. By getting a hold of a spirit, you can augment your weapon. The problem is, you got to kind of throw yourself in danger to get it, because you only have so many turns to get it, and he's going to move every turn. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to throw Nolor up here. We're going to waste his turn to open the door. And then we're going to go to Mr. Raze here, who can move and then get defensive, and let him go capture that fire spirit. I've read of fire spirits, of course, but nothing beats seeing one in person. So I can either get a legacy point, or I can get a fire club. So we're gonna take this fire mace now, basically. It's called the back clap. Whenever you complete, you know, a playthrough, any enchanted items you get unlocked for crafting. So it's never a bad idea to go for enchantments. So we're gonna move Anna up here. We're going to move Yana next to her to wall. And we're going to go ahead and move good old Nolor here. We're going to probably separate the two. Raze and Nolor will take the right. Anna and Yana will take the left. So Raze is going to go open the door. Nothing inside. Okay, so it's a good thing. Oops, I accidentally hit G. That was my bad. So we're going to move Anna to the center here. We're going to move Yana here, because she'll be able to infuse into the right door. So we're going to put her on done wait. And we're going to move Nolor here. We're going to set up an ambush. Anything decides to... Oh, I can't set it up that far. Okay, I'll set it up here. If anything comes to those doors and takes a step, they're getting shot. Okay, they didn't, so we're going to go ahead and have Anna open up the door. Okay, we've got contact, boys. Move Anna in. She's going to take a smack. Nice. Yana, what can you interfuse with? Nothing in the room. That's not good. So we're going to move Yana up, which will wall Anna. Help her be more protected. What does this give us? Still Fire, which lets us move fire, or Constrict. We're going to go for the Still Fire. Go ahead and try and take this Woken Slinger out. Nice, 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 good. No, Lord. Can you make a shot from there? With an 85% chance, I believe you can make it. Good. Good, 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 good. And now if Rays can run like the wind. Oh, no, Lord gets another attack. Nice. Well, no, he gets another action, basically. No, he can make another attack. We're going to set up an ambush. And then if Rays can just make it to this square, it'd be great, but he can't, so... He got the unluck of me accidentally hitting G. Here's the shot. Confirmed damage. He did do 1 damage to Enna. Enna is now hobbled. But she should be able to finish this fight. Switch to Enna. Here. And there we go. That should be it. Yep, victory. We've got a sword. Well, we're gonna replace Yenna's club. Give her a nice little sword. Yep, they get another card to their deck. We're going to, as always, slowly search the area to find an item. And we're getting very close to an incursion, so I'm thinking about setting up defenses here and letting the incursion happen so we can just kill it. Alright, let's see what we found. A throwing net. These things are horrible. I have never had any good use with them, so we're just going to salvage it. Bracelets of Rhythm. It adds speed. Well, if Raze is all about being defensive, Enna can be about being fast. Alright, so... Oh, okay. Prepare defenses. First thing we're going to do is set up some barricades. Because we have 2 warriors and they speed it up. So it should take no time at all. Nice. Now we're going to get some local archers down here. And have them patrol the area. Basically it's just an attack you can do in game. But you know, that's how you can flavor it. Then we're going to have some secret traps set up. Which is an interaction you get before the battle starts. And then we're going to enchant the battlefield, which I have no idea what it does. I've never really seen its effects. I think it gives a buff to everybody, maybe? Now we can spend the rest of our time building a bridge. Bridges take time, like a lot of time. They're quicker than mountain passes, though. Mountain passes seem to take forever. We might actually get the bridge built before the incursion. Just barely. But by the time we scout here, they will be back. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back here and start putting some defenses in on other places for when the map opens up in Chapter 2. Because, you know, it'll take time for them to cross here. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Go ahead and add them to the deck. I don't really care. The incursion's about to happen, though, so I need to get the barricades done, and then I need to head on back. We just wait. And here comes the incursion. I could just cancel it outright with my legacy points, but I'm going to want them for later. Let's just advance time, just advance time, just advance time, just advance time. Up, here they come. Defend. Trampling feet and dull dragging calls announce them. Their horn shapes appeared, numerous and shadowy and strange. A little too much use of the word "and." The deepest are coming. So now you get a chance to, you know, make the battle turn to your side before it even begins, and you have a percentage on each one. I'm going to try and harry their approach with arrow fire. And it worked, because if it's not, it would have shown him running away. Nolor's well-placed volleys caused mayhem, leaving the enemy vulnerable. So if I'm not mistaken, they move less and they've taken damage. All hero flanking attacks this combat deal an additional 1 damage. All foes start 2 damage. Okay, so we do flanking damage. So we gotta survive for 8 turns. Or kill every enemy they're gonna drop on us. Stop! Where did I put those traps? So, oh, wow, I like this defense setup. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make here the defense... no. Put traps here. put traps here. And traps here. They got to funnel through here. So we're going to throw no lure here. Gonna set up an ambush. Oh, he can't even ambush that far. It ends his turn anyway. It doesn't cost him anything. We're going to move Raze here. Put him in the Guardian. We're gonna move Anna here. Put her in the Guardian. And then we're gonna put Yana right next to Nolor. Can she interfuse with the fire? She can interfuse with the fire. Which does open up more sightlines for us too. And now we wait. Just let him come to us. Up. Oh, we got a horn child, and he's dead. He stepped on the trap and died. So, yep, we're just gonna do like we did before. Just gonna let them come to us. It's the point of fighting a defensive battle. Alright, we're gonna Guardian here. Then done wait. We're gonna set up an ambush here. And we're gonna Guardian here. This is already turn 4. There goes the other horn child, dead. Dodged the shot, but the trap did its damage. 0 damage there. Alright, now we're starting to get into the thick of things. See if we can take out him. We can. Nice. Now let's see exactly how far can we move this fire. If we can drag it through a bunch of them. Oh yeah, there we go. Ah, they both dodged. That is unfortunate. Then we're going to call down a volley of arrows. Release flight! Which is, you know, a weird way of saying fire. Oh man, just devastate the whole of them. We're gonna keep up guarding the position, make them come to us. Alright, the fire's killed him. Taking a shot at our mystic. How cheap. Barricades are holding. Alright. Anna's gonna come up here and try to finish off the slinger. Which puts untouchable on her, so she's not taking any damage this turn. We're gonna interfuse with these rocks here, which should give us discus. Hit the slinger. Nice. See if Nolor can finish him off from afar. Nope, he took cover. So we're gonna move Raze in and hope he can finish him off. Who he also took cover. Those little rocks, super defensive. Anna's going for another kill, and there we go. That should be all of them. Victory. No damage. Ah, she gets her new ability. So, Inspiration's good, because it basically lets her make everyone around her better. But I think I'm going to do the infinite reaction strikes to mix well with her, oh, what's the word for it? Oh, the fact that she's untouchable, so I can throw her in and put her in and she can just get untouchable a bunch of times. Now, I did want to give this to Raze, and I'm sad that he's going to lose his fire damage for this, but this does way more damage and has better range anyway, which is what we want. Cloak of Rhythm. We do need to give Raze a little bit of speed, because I plan on giving him heavy armor later on, which slows him down. So let's increase his speed a little bit. You know, I'm really proud of us. All that training is starting to pay off. More importantly, the people of Fang Hill Windmill can rest easy now that they're free. Voila! Oh, Walla Walla, my darling daughter, you've come back to me. Yana, do you know? No, I've never. Don't be silly. You haven't grown that old in all these years you've been away. So, I take it you're not Walla? No, who is this man? We don't know. He turned up here one day weeping and wailing. We think his village must have been destroyed, or Thixel have been in his head, or both. Thixel are these, like, psychotic bug things. He couldn't tell us anything except his name, Trini, and that he's waiting for his daughter, Walla, to come home. We cared for him as well as we could, and hoped his family would find him someday. It's too bad you're not really his Walla. Yana, even a hero is called upon to shoulder every burden she... Even a hero isn't called upon to shoulder every burden she encounters. I messed that sentence up badly. I can say it's not my problem, or it might be nice to be someone's child. You know, let's do that. I'm sure only bad things can happen from it. Many days later. They'll take good care of you while I'm gone, and I'll come back to visit between missions. Promise? I promise, Father. Seems to me that one heart has been healed in Fang Hill Windmill. She's gotten +3 romantic and +3 healer. Nice. Now we can continue our journey. After I finish chapter 1, I'll probably end the video there. So we're going to go here, do some scouting. Ah, an opportunity. These happen randomly. It's where your characters go off and do something. And this one seems to be for Enna. One of the stories Luelle used to tell described a place she went as a kid. Old Luelle with the laughter that lit dark rooms. Said it was her chapel, a wild place, always tussled in pleasant breeze and odor. Sounds like your kind of place. Who uses the word tussle in a conversation? It's used descriptively. I don't expect to find the pristine, weather-blessed garden that her stories painted. You know how old Luelle was, capable of believing anything. But we owe it to her to make the journey, or I do, for the many ways she helped me. You have her ashes are in an urn. It's in my pack. Never knew how much the old gal meant to you. I liked her, though, her sweeping stories. So, it's time to go back and deliver some ashes. Pause. We're gonna gather Yana over here because we don't want her dying on her own while we're off doing other things. So we're gonna take some time away to go get rid of the ashes of one of our friends. The quest to inter the ashes of a friend and elder goes mostly unhindered until they reach the woods. Oh, Enna, look there! The river curls blue like a coil of hair down the coal-colored cheeks of the mountain. Ancient pilgrims wander its winding course. The trees. Are you feeling alright? Just remembering how old Luelle used to tell it. Those are her words. This looks like the place. They descend into the woods that grow more thickly than expected. A symphony of echoing birdsong greets them and never ceases. Her words or not, it sounds like they stuck with you. Sure, the thing is, there's a reason I tend to be jealous with my things. I've lost a lot, you know, but Luelle Zurin, was so much older, and yet the hope and human fondness in her eyes. I think it kept me from sinking. Hold up, Enna. There's Dralvin, which are little lizard people. They've been stalking us for some time. It's not many of them from what I can tell. We're going to try and ignore them and end this peacefully. We're here to bury Luelle. Who knows? Maybe they're on a similar errand. Hey, Drav, are you there? We wish to honor our dead. Please let us pass. We'll bury our ashes by the river and then we'll go. Drav, if you don't answer me, I'll assume you're letting us pass. Enna, you really think they can understand you? Why not? If I was a dwarf, knowing human speak would be useful. Luckily, or by some deeper influence, Enna and Nolor made it to the river without incident. Look at that, they lose cards for it. And there we go. Let's go ahead and bury all that. Close to the riverbank, they spill Luelle's ashes in a pit they've dug and lined with smothered stones. Refilling it with earth, they slide a stone marker into the spot they chose, and stand in greenish shadows and slanting light. Lunel, yes? You remember any of her old stories? So will you share one? Nope! Luelle was right, though. This place isn't a softer light to see your life by. We start to think our troubles are so important, but there are amazing riverbanks, bird songs, beautiful places, things, people, and creatures, too. I'm glad we went. And I'm glad we went together. Uh-oh, might have a romance coming on. You know, broad swipes would be nice, but wisdom just fits the story so much better that she gains some wisdom out of this. Basically, anytime she tries to complete a task, her age plus adds to her how fast she does the job. So what we're going to do is we're going to gather all our heroes here. Because if I send them out to scout, Yana will head off on her own and she will be ambushed and die because she's a little paper-thin mystic girl. Let's go back to scouting. On the furthest outreaches of Wraith Willow stand, amazing flora in this part of the world. Are those kava berry trees? I wish I'd brought my sketch pad. Oh, but I'm on patrol. That's right. Halt! Who goes there? I'm armed. Show yourself. Ah, yes, the doppelganger. What the blazes? That's not funny. Stop it. Who are you? What are you? I'm Raze. But I'm Raze. No, I'm Ray's Fletch-Torn of Mellow Dove. You're some sort of changeling. I remember my parents. We had money. It was an okay life. I had this fishing pole. I'd go fishing wherever I could. But that was my fishing pole. How could you know about that? What are you doing here? I was out on patrol, admiring the flora, just wishing I'd brought my sketch pad. You have my memories. You know my thoughts. It's like there's two of me. So, we can either choose to let it be on its own, to get away from it, or destroy it. I was going to say he wants to get away from it. Stay back! You get away from me! But you have my memories, you know my thoughts. Get away! But you're me, or I'm you. Wait, please! Help me! There you are, Raze. We were worried. Are you alright? You look shaken. I met something in the woods. It looked just like me. It knew what I knew. It thought it was me. But I didn't know what else to do, so I ran. It must have been some kind of changeling creature. Now that you've gone, it'll most likely revert back to its natural state. Unless it doesn't, in which case, I guess there'd be another you wandering the world. Ha! Can you imagine? That'd be weird, right? And now we get to set up a outpost, or a station. It's a place where you can gather resources at the end of each chapter. So I can either get heartwood and hides, 2 heartwoods, or heartwoods and spell threads. You get spell threads pretty frequently, and I don't really see a big use for them, so the heartwood and hides together seems like the better deal. I'm going to build that real quick. Then we're going to scout this area. We're almost done with this chapter. Yeah. Take your extra soldiers. They'll do you no good. And now we're going to do some patrolling around this mine here to, clear out any leftover soldiers. And now we're getting ready for the final assault of Chapter 1. Let's go. It looks like a good place to stop for the night. Rest up, everyone. We've got a busy day tomorrow. I gotta do something. See y'all a bit later. Do you want some company, Nolor? Sure. You not get enough walking in today? You not getting enough walking in today. I believe that needs to be you're not getting in enough walking today. Not that I'm on a nighttime stroll. Or did you not get enough walking in today? Like I said, the script is a little rough sometimes. Someone I used to know died on this day. So each year I light a candle for her. Oh, it's probably that woman he knew. That's a real nice tribute, Nolor. It was ages ago, but... well, you never stopped missing them. No, you just learned to carry it more lightly. What's that? Looks like a shrine. This would be a perfect place for a candle, or this looks like a sacred place. Let's find something else. I'm gonna leave the candle here. A shrine should be used like that, in memory. I'm sure I'm gonna call some kind of chaotic monster devil to come out and attack me, but, Nolor kneels, setting the candle on the shrine. Nolor? And just as suddenly as it appeared, it's gone once more. Nolor and Anna gain temporary accuracy, plus 10 melee accuracy, plus 10 ranged accuracy. So they're going to be accurate as fuck, boy. Oh boy, we got a big fat chosen now. And boyo can do some damage, let me tell you. Yeah, you shouldn't miss, Nolor. Not after that accuracy buff. Now, see. I think I'm going to throw Raze here and put him on Guardian. I want to throw Inna there and put her on Guardian. But I'm thinking Yana needs to take care of this little horn child here. Do a Bone Lance. That should be effective enough if it hits. Got a 100% chance. Can't miss. There we go. Get rid of you. Now let's move Inna up here and put her into Guardian. And they're going to go right by her. Yep, there we go. 2 damage. That ability is so good. He's scared. He's going to take 2 damage though. And then he's going to do some damage. Which is not good. I guess splitting off my my melee people from my range people wasn't as good as an idea as I thought it would be, but he'll be fine. She got photosynthesis. Get Splinter Blast. No, Lord, you can't miss, buddy, so hit him where it hurts. He's still going. We're going to throw Raze down here, because if he has to move forward, he automatically goes into Guardian anyway. And it sucks, I know. Now we're going to move Inna up here, and we're going to put her into Guardian. Because they will break down doors. Or, you know, just open them, if they have the intelligence to, like they just did. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think I want to move Raze up here, because he'll automatically go into Guardian. You can move Inna up next to him and attempt to take out the Slinger. And she's now untouchable, so she's protected for 1 attack. I don't want to go too far with them, because you know their range, so Yana and Nolor can take up the back and get ready to attack next turn. Alright, here comes Big Boy. And Big Boy didn't go that far. Gonna use my range with my spear to attack 1 space away. Move Inna in, take an attack. And there we go, Inna just murdering through the ranks. Ah, Spell Shard gives +1 potency. It's an offhand item. You would kind of want to give this to your Mystic, but since she's not using a wand, she's using a staff, we're going to salvage it instead. A torch! Light some fires. I guess we can equip it on Nolor for his dagger, because he has a dagger to switch to, so he can have a dagger and a torch. Then we get the Bracelets of Chivalry, which adds more armor. You know what, Yana? You took a heavy hit there. I think you need the armor bracelets. Based on your performance this chapter, you've earned 10 years of peace. So, we have 6 safe tiles, our total population went up. It took us 542 days to complete the chapter, so, you know, close to 2 years. There was no threats remaining. We got 5 heartwood, 2 hides, 3 ingots, 5 fabric, and 3 spell threads added to what we already owned. They will lose some monsters from their deck because we were successful. They'll lose 1 monster, it seems. This is what happened during the years of peace. Rumors abound that Raze have been seen doing great deeds near Waithwillow Strand, even though he had not been in the region for some time. Yana returned to Fang Hill Windmill, brightening Trini's evenings with tales of her many adventures. Nolor was acquired by a family of cats for a few seasons. He would watch them stalk birds in the morning with an uneasy sense of kinship. Anna tried to take Nolor shopping at the local outfitters. Plus, they give the Hawks of Legend a great discount, but I like the clothes I have. How many days straight have you worn that thing? Hey, I wash it. Raze Flitthorn's son has reached adventuring age. Wilsum Fletchthorn has joined the Hawks of Legend as a hunter. So, this is Snowlord's son, probably from that girl who died so long ago. Now, as you can see, we can craft them better weapons. We could immediately go for the Tier 2 weapons, which kind of isn't a bad idea. The Wind's Pride, or the U-Arc. Let's go for the Wind's Pride. That's cool. But we really need is better armor for everybody, and we don't have the materials. Should not have crafted that. I can give Yana an Ember Gown, so she has some new armor. Anna, I want to give the Brawl Guard to, which I unfortunately cannot make because I'm missing the materials, because it's dodge and speed. But Ray's is getting armor. He's getting actual armor. He's getting the Link Mail, which slows him down, but makes him, you know, more tankier. And then Wilsum. It's not Wilson. Wilsum. Can't craft new armor for you. Can't craft a new bow. So yeah, there we go. 10 years later, the threat of Deepest didn't stay dormant forever, and eventually the time had come for the Hawks of Legends to compose the next verse of their great battle song. The shadows deepen. All monster groups will draw an extra monster card in every battle. Or after every battle. So now the map has extended. The areas we uncovered are still uncovered, but the map's going to grow larger and larger. So we'll save that for next time, though. Thank you to everybody who watched this video, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.